Hey, CYBL Nation. Welcome back to another CYBL Today pod. I am here with Coach Allen, who is coming to you from Barrie, Ontario. How we doing, Allen?
Oh, I'm super pumped. I am so excited about this playoffs.
Man, yeah, there's a lot to be pumped about. Just considering the fact that, you know, this season has been one of the most intense and close, like in terms of like majority of the teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Close games. Just like even the standings right now, we're looking at like it's just really really close, man. Even that came down to the last moments to determine who was going to get certain seating spots. Like
Mm-hmm.
even the Flames,
Yeah.
if the Flames had lost their last game, they wouldn't have
Yeah.
been they wouldn't have been the first seed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
now so
I
it's been
know.
pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. No, it's been a great season. I've enjoyed it. We had a lot of overtime games
Hmm.
in the Central
Crazy.
Conference this season. Just really great games. Sad to see that the Knights weren't able to make it in. I was really hoping to see them kind of they were coming together. They had
They
so many
were. They were.
close losses, and so that was sad to see them not make it. And the Rams as well. They unfortunately they missed a bunch of their star players throughout the season. And
Yeah,
when they finally got it together, though, I mean, they gave the Flames a run for their
they
money on
did.
their game, so
They
like
did.
they would have been a team
Hmm.
as well. So yeah, it's always sad when you see the teams that are out of it, but it's exciting for all the teams left.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, we can all get excited because we know that the action is going to be crazy
Oh
come
yeah.
this playoffs, man. On the road to the Gideon Cup, so it's gonna be a ride for sure. Just breaking down a few things here as we look at kind of the matchups as we ended off the season. It's kind of crazy. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think, man? Like we've got, in Destiny we have Flames versus your team, Golden Gates, who
Yes.
are the wild card, and you guys made
Mm-hmm.
it into your own division. You could have been in the other one, but you ended up in yours, which is good. And
Yeah.
then you've got the Eagles and the Strikers, and then in the Legacy you've got Lions playing the Warriors first round, and
Mm.
True North playing the Angels, which the Angels have actually never been a third seed. First time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I know these matchups. I've been stewing upon this ever since last when Friday was over. I was already kind of in my head thinking where everyone placed, and I was like,
Hmm.
man, I have almost zero predictions, and even still today, I still I know I got to make some predictions, but man, those are some great matchups.
Yeah.
I like it's really hard to pick, and like you said, the teams are very even. A lot of the placement really came from point differential, right? So,
Mm.
or only a difference between one win, one loss, really. So, yeah, it's gonna be a big one. Are we going on our predictions
Not
already?
yet. Not
No,
yet. No.
okay, okay,
I'll
cool,
give you
cool,
some time to stew on
good. Yeah,
those.
because I'm still stewing on that.
Yeah, yeah, you got some time, bro. You can stew on
Yeah.
those. But in the meantime, I'll ask a few other questions. As we've ended off the season here, what have been for you some of the biggest games that you've seen so far this season? The biggest wins that you've seen? Yeah, name off some defining moments from this past regular season.
Well, I think the Eagles finishing 5-1. I really did not expect that.
Mm.
They're a great team. I just did not see that coming, and they pulled a few out there, right? Against the
Mm-hmm.
Strikers. They were losing in the first half. There, this was like
Man.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
They were losing in the first half, and they just pulled it out. So they're one of those teams. They're just plugging away at each game. They're never really out.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like you've got them, think again, right? So for me, like a lot of their games were kind of like that. They just stay with it. They don't
Yep.
they don't panic. They don't they may get upset, and they did, but they found their composure, and then they came
Mm-hmm.
back and played their game. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's just really the key, right? So I mean, they're a great team. The Flames, they're just fun to watch. You and I talked about this.
yeah.
They are like they are one of the worst defensive teams, but they score at will. They have the best scoring ability in the league right now.
It's crazy, man.
No one can stop it, and that's just how they're winning games. Like, and you know what? If it works, it works, right? They're 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
They were second overall, only to the Lions.
Crazy.
And that just speaks to how great they are offensively, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were
Mm-hmm.
fun to watch. I mean, the Lions, we've already talked about them. You and I, they're a great team. They've got so much firepower between
Yeah,
Frazier, Eddie, Levi, Riem,
man.
Paul. They've got all the pieces there to
They do.
and then they're not just strong offensively. They are one of the best defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Only True North is better than them defense, or is True North than the Strikers. So
Yeah,
it'll be good, man. I'm excited. I don't know. Those were kind of the highlights for me.
man.
Is just these are some of the teams that they gave us kind of some great games, a lot of overtime, just great performances.
Man, it's great. Like honestly, like when I look at these teams and I'm looking at like for instance, the Flames are interesting because yeah, like we said, like 270 points against.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's for the second worst third worst, I guess.
Third worst, yeah.
And but yet 296 for, which is
Yeah.
the best by far.
Yes.
So it's very interesting to see that anomaly
Mm-hmm.
of a team.
Yeah.
But what you can say is you better hope that you have all on games, because if you have an off game here down the
Oh
stretch,
yeah.
one and done, and then your defense isn't up to par, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. So you're gonna need to. I think if I had to say anything that the Flames should focus on is getting their defense locked in. Because if they
Mm-hmm.
even could be even just a little bit better defensively, they're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
unstoppable. Just
Yeah, they will be.
unstoppable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's not like they don't have the pieces to do it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like they have the pieces that they should be able to pick that up. I think going
Mm-hmm.
here into the playoffs, and we know they're a team that runs deep into the playoffs. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what happens. When I look at the Lions, they got some things that they need to overcome this playoffs.
Mm.
Last two playoffs, man,
Yeah.
they literally choke in the semifinals. You know what I mean? And they get knocked out both times
Yeah.
in fashions that nobody thought were gonna happen. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be interesting to see. And there's a rivalry there between them and the Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've got this rivalry. The Warriors have had their number for a little while. And so it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, the Warriors are looking a little different than they've had before, but it's going to be interesting. Um,
Yeah.
and then I got to give my kudos to the Angels out
Yes.
here, because the Angels are playing. They haven't been able to get over the hump of being a 500 team. They still
Mm-hmm.
seem to fall in that range of 2-4. But
Mm-hmm.
that 2-4 is probably one of the best 2-4s we've ever seen.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been impressive. I mean, think their point differential is at least in the positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's
that's true.
I mean,
That's actually
they're right
impressive to
up there.
say.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. For losing 4 games and your point differential is 21 to the positive, that's
Hmm.
that just shows you that they weren't losing by much in the games they were
Hmm.
losing, and the games
Yeah.
they were winning by a good amount. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, the Angels have been good, man. They've been fun to watch as well, and I really like the addition of Noah Trottier there. I
Hmm.
think it just brings a whole new drive to that team that they did not have before,
Yep.
and
Agreed.
I think they're just gonna need to kind of rely on maybe his leadership in that area to set the tone, set the pace, right?
Hmm.
If they want to kind of go deeper, they need to all follow and match, him in that area, right?
I
So
agree.
yeah.
I agree. If you so think about it this way, though. If you think about the legacy division, and it's so hard, man, because both divisions are so intense this year. They're
Mm.
so deep. Like they're so deep. What
Mm-hmm.
do you think you need to be able to separate yourself amongst the pack this season?
Yeah, I think it's got to be the team.
Mm,
It's got to be one of those things that you kind of have that guy that will set the tone for the team, but then
yeah,
everyone's got to follow that, right? I
yeah,
think that's the only way you get out of it because a lot of these teams are deep. There's no. I'm not looking at this like it used to be able to. Oh, if you shut down that all star, if you
uh
shut
huh,
down that guy, you have a good chance. I don't feel that way. I feel like the Lions have a million weapons they can use.
Mm-hmm.
True North, they've got a ton of
North,
weapons.
man.
It's deep, man. It's deep. And same with the Angels. They've got a lot of great talent. They've Elliott, Guy, they've
Yeah.
got Tiago, they've got Carson Huey, they've got all these guys, man. They just got it's deep. It's deep, So it's one of those things that I just feel like each piece is important this
Yeah.
season, and so
Yeah.
I feel like the people that are going to play as a team are going to go furthest
Mm-hmm.
this season.
I like it when it's like that too. I like it when
Mm,
it's the whole team has to be involved because like that's like really what hooping should be about. It shouldn't just be
yeah.
about individuals. So like I like that. It's gonna be and everybody's got to play their role well. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Play and understand their role and really grab a hold of it and not try to play a role that's not theirs because I think that
Yeah.
also could is a detriment at times, right? When that happens. But what I want to bring up now, I guess, just talking about the players going around the league right now. Who would you say this season would be some breakout players this season that have been like, wow, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming this season. I want to hear about some of those guys.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like, for me, Ryder Tatum, Fraser Covey,
Hmm.
guys like that, I saw that coming. Like that was like, yeah, I expected those guys
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
kind of, moving up now that some of our all stars are gone, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But guys like Eddie, Fraser's
Oh
brother, I did
yeah,
not see that at the start of the season, man. I did not see
yeah.
Eddie Covey becoming what he's
Yeah.
become in the last bit of the season there, man. Like he
Incredible.
he was incredible. And even on the Eagles, I feel like there was sorry, it's Abby's brother there,
Abraham.
Abraham, man. He's getting comfortable, man. He's getting
He
more
is.
comfortable, and his shooting percentage has got to be pretty darn good because um, he just kept going, man. He just kept
Hmm.
hitting everything he was doing. So I was very impressed with him.
Yeah, man. And like to be honest, like he's having fun. You can tell he's having fun out there doing it too. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He's not just like it's not just that like he's fitting in, but he's actually having fun doing it. And you can watch it when you watch him play. He's relaxed because he's having
Hmm.
fun. And
Yeah.
that I think always allows you to play your best when
Hmm.
you're playing like that and with that like kind of like excitement for the game, excitement to play with your team, joy. So I think that's really good, man. Another guy
Hmm.
I would mention to add to the conversation is Levi Minto.
Oh yeah,
Levi Minto, bro. That guy,
great season.
so game one, he dropped 20 points,
Yeah.
helping the Lions to a win when they were short. No subs that game, just
Mm.
five guys. But he's another one I got to shout out because
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming, that level of increase that quickly with the confidence, like going from like a role player to like now you've elevated yourself into you were an
Hmm.
all-star candidate this year. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's like that's a big place to even get to. You
Yeah. It
know,
is. It's a big jump. Big jump.
so it's going to be really interesting to see what he brings to the playoffs, man.
Hmm.
What he brings to the playoffs because it's playoff time. It's a time that we have like we look forward to this all season long. We like
Yeah.
talk about like man, who's gonna get here, who's gonna be there, and now that we're actually here, we have stories that are being written. Players that are you know having their own story being written, but teams that are having their stories being written. Like you have for instance, like True North, who needs to redeem themselves after going undefeated in the regular season last season and falling short in the finals. And that was like, I think that was probably like a shock to everybody that
Hmm.
they lost in the manner that they did to the finals.
Yeah.
But they got some redeeming to do. Golden Gates got some redeeming to do after not making the playoffs last season. Now you guys are
Oh,
in there. You got Nathan. Nathan's got a show. You know,
he's playing his old team.
he's playing
Him
his.
and Aiden Vang.
My goodness.
Him and Aiden Vang
Oh
traded
my
off
goodness.
off Flames, and will they beat their old team? Right? Like it's a crazy story right there.
Oh my
First
goodness.
round of the playoffs.
Absolutely insane. I love
Yeah.
it though. I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a picture perfect story. If we still were in the era of newspapers, you'd be printing them for this
Oh,
game.
Yeah, man, it's a great that's gotta be like one of my favorite things that happened is like how better to start off the playoffs than playing your former team, which we didn't play all season. So
No.
he has this is his first encounter with
Wow.
his former team,
Whoa.
his first
Whoa.
round of the playoffs. So
Whoa. What are the
yeah,
odds?
I know it's gonna be cool. It'll be a good one. Yeah,
I never
I
actually
know.
took that in. I never took that in.
And for the Angels, this is a new chapter for them. They're
Hmm.
not seeing the Flames in the first round, For how many seasons had they seen them in the
I gotta
first
go back and
round?
check that, but it's been crazy
Yeah.
amount of seasons.
Like that would be kind of like as much as I want to move on in the playoffs, that would be the craziest thing to see the Angels and the Flames
Move
make it
on.
to the finals
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just see that kind of rivalry again. Like that's just a
Mm.
constant rivalry, those two teams.
Oh man, that rivalry. Yeah, that stems back since the inception of the Angels. Really.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
it does. Yeah.
that's how far back we're talking about this rivalry, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
been it's been going on for a long time, and like
Yeah. Well, and they
unfortunately,
both
when
got like two great fan bases. And
hmm
so it actually makes it even that much more intense because the parents are into it, the kids are all into it.
oh yeah,
And I just love the atmosphere in those games. They always come down to the wire. So
would you
that.
say?
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I was gonna ask you just because it was just on my mind, but would you say that those are two of the best, like in terms of fan base, best franchises in CYBL?
They have to be. Yeah, they have to
Yeah.
be. Honestly, there's something to be said about actually playing those teams because
Mm.
their parents do come into play as fans, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they actually, they're cheering so loud. They change the atmosphere.
Mm.
They help sway the games to
Mm-hmm.
their team. So I
Almost
lhave
like
that.
almost like a home court advantage, even though
They bring the home court advantage. Yeah, they do. They do.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I never thought about it like that, but like it really is like a home court advantage when you've got a fan base like that. Like we
Hmm.
experienced that in the East, man. With last playoffs when we went against the Rockets, and they had a crazy fan base in the East.
Nice. Yeah.
So I think yeah, for sure that would be. I guess another question would be, since we're talking about franchises, who do you think? What are the if you had to name the franchises with the most pedigree right now? Like who would those franchises be that have like the top kind of pedigree
Mm.
franchises? And then the next question would be, who do you think is coming to replace them?
Mm.
Like what teams do you think are coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Flames have got to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've just been so consistent for so long now.
Mm-hmm.
True North as well.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's funny because yeah, for a while there it was mainly like the Lions and the Knights,
It
right?
was the Lions and Knights that whole era.
Yeah, so then they got replaced by True North and Flames. I don't know. The Eagles have been building. They've
Mm. Okay.
slowly been getting more and more momentum in their favor. And then the Strikers are also one of those teams. They were a young team, and every time you have young teams, unfortunately, it's like you just go through that rebuilding stage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And they did, and now they're coming in, right? They're also 4-2. Like I think the
it's
Eagles
true.
and Strikers have some years ahead of them of success,
Mm,
and I think we're going to be seeing that out of those two teams.
yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Those two teams are
Mm.
the ones that were on my mind when I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about
yeah.
teams. I think, yeah, and it's funny that they're playing each other in the first round too.
Yeah, yeah, that is funny. Yeah.
So we're really gonna see like who's what teams are made of, and you know what I mean, the
Hmm.
legacies that they're building here. Because obviously, the Strikers can boast right now because they have a championship under their belt. They've won one,
Hmm.
they've gone all the way. They've actually been far in the playoffs a couple of times now. I remember that. I remember that series against the Lions. Like it was a long time ago now. I think it was maybe like I don't remember if it was like about 2 years ago. I think when they played you guys. Remember they played
Mm.
you guys.
Yep.
And then Sushi came out.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
That was
The iconic shot. Yeah.
the iconic shot. But like that was when like strikers were I guess the first really on the map there. And
Hmm.
now they've got like kind of a legacy for themselves that they're building.
Hmm.
And so, with that being said, man, like I just find I think that like going into this playoffs, like I feel like wow, legacies are being formed. I think the Angels could be the for the first time on the map beyond the first round of playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, it could be, but it's going to be difficult because they're playing. My team, True North. My team. We.
Yeah.
That will always be. I don't coach them no more, but it'll always be my team at heart because I was I bled red when I was with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
No, for
so
sure.
it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to
It
be really,
will
really.
be. It's gonna be good games. Yeah, yeah. We
Mhm.
might see some overtimes.
Man. Yes, yes. We love it. It's a love hate relationship with those overtimes,
Oh
isn't
yeah. Yes, it
it?
is. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Man. So going on to kind of the last question before we dive deep into All-Star game playoff
Mm.
games. We're just gonna dive deep into those things in a moment here. But before I do, I want to find out from you, what were some of the memorable plays from individuals this season, like clutch plays this season that you
Oh
saw.
wow. Well, I mean, last week's fresh in my mind, but just
Yeah.
that where Ryder Tatum grabbed that rebound and put that back in to just secure the win against, the Warriors. They were losing and there was a turnover from the Warriors and there was a shot and the Warriors have great rebounders. They really
They do.
do. And
They do.
Ryder just got that, went back up, put it back in, and that just gave them the
That
one
was
point lead. Right, that was huge,
that was huge.
huge, huge, huge. That one's really fresh in my memory. But I do think about the nights were in overtime. I think two different times,
Oh, yeah. Man, I
and
feel for that, man.
I feel for them too. They just weren't able to finish those games. But I mean, that's also due to the fact that you got people like Keel who just comes to the clutch every time in those types of situations. There's just, if there's one guy you can be sure of to be clutch, it's going to be Keel, right?
Mm,
So he's making shots that you just don't like, you don't think are going in at all. Like there's not a chance, and so no, he's had a lot of clutch moments this season. So
yeah,
it's
it's true.
it's been exciting.
Who's your MVP this season?
Well,
If you had to pick one.
yeah, I don't ever want to go against my own players. I mean, Nathan had a great season once again, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think for me, like Ryder Tatum did stand out this season
Mm,
as someone like
wow.
he was in every area. He
Wow.
was blocking, he was like I think when you look in all areas, he's in the top 10 of each area at least, but he's more near the top than he is near the bottom of those lists.
Can we dare say he has Aiden like numbers?
Well, honestly, that's what I was gonna say. Is like if there's anyone that's come close to having eight, like yeah, he's second in rebounds per game.
Mm-hmm.
He's fifth in steals per game, and then he's second in points, right, just
Wow.
behind Keel. So like, I mean, the only person who's done it better is
It's,
Aiden.
oh, it's Aiden. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and I mean, Aiden was the MVP forever. So, I think for
He got
sure that
four
that would
MVPs.
be my pick.
Four MVPs under his belt. Yeah,
Yeah,
4 or 5.
that'd be my pick. Anyways, was I think for this season.
That's all. That makes sense, bro. That makes sense. I think that yeah, no, it makes complete sense. I think when we look at Keel, like obviously Keel, he carries his team through those moments. I think without Keel, there's a lot of moments they don't break free
Hmm.
from, they don't overcome it. We just talked about the clutchness of him, the finisher, the closer, what he does for his team.
Hmm.
I think if there's one thing that I could see, if I could see increase, it would obviously help his odds is his defense.
Yeah.
Come back to that kind of like that all defense player that we've known to be. Um,
Hmm.
but I have to say he is the best scorer, and he's consistently been doing it for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, man, when I go back and look at Keel's stats, like when he started, like you look back like 2 years ago, 2023, like he averaged like 6 points a game, 7
Yeah.
points a game. Now look at him; he's essentially tripled that.
Yeah.
Like this is honestly what we love to see that at CYBL, right? Just the
Hmm.
byproduct of that growth, that continual development into the player that he is, and I am impressed. So it'll be an
Yeah.
interesting race. And you also got
It is. No, it's a close race. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure, for
Because then
sure.
Nathan
Yeah.
too. We can't leave out Nathan in the conversation. You know.
No. I think too, yeah, like for Nathan, like, if anything, it's just been a hard transition to a new team, right? Because it's I
Yeah.
think we kind of gave him more of a team to carry than he was used to. And so that's just a transition piece, right? Like it
It
and
is.
it's never easy to go through that. I don't have any doubts that, next season he could be absolutely blowing everything out of the water
He
again,
could.
right?
He
So,
could. He's
you
gonna.
know.
He's gonna want to. He's gonna want to.
Oh yeah, he's got to get that MVP
He
before
wants that
before he
MVP,
retires, man. He's got to get it.
and he could get it. He still could get it this season. Nobody know. We don't know. We don't know. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I know that he definitely is chasing that MVP now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially he's got the Finals MVPs now. He's got the championships. You know what I mean? Like on his resume, he's done a lot in this league. He's accomplished a lot. But the
Yeah.
MVP is the one thing that's still off of his resume.
Yeah, it eludes him.
He is the best shooter in CYBL history.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like
That there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
the best
There's
shooter.
never been obviously, yeah, you can't let one season taint anything, but he's been the most clutch player as well
Oh
in
yeah,
CYBL history.
man.
He's had the most clutch moments, the most like I'll never forget that one game. They were down so much. I think it was the Strikers, and yeah, it was the
Oh yes,
Strikers.
it was the strikers.
That game was out of reach, man. That game
Absolutely
was
insane.
gone, and
Absolutely
he
insane.
dragged them back all by himself. He just hit every deep three he could, and it was ridiculous. Um,
Absolutely insane, bro.
yeah, he dragged us to overtime back when we won. But at least he brought them there.
Mm-hmm.
He brought that game to overtime. And the game before that, the night before against the Angels, there
Mm-hmm.
was 2 seconds left on the clock, and he hit that clutch three that brought it to overtime.
Man, I wish I could pull that up for you right now.
I know, man.
I
He's
actually,
hit pretty well every clutch shot that there's available.
man, absolutely crazy, man. I think there's a lot to say about Nate, and he's not done. That's the crazy thing. He's
No.
not done. He's not done.
Yeah.
And who knows? Playoff Nate is still who he is. That's
Yes. Yeah.
you know what I mean. That's what he's made for. He's made for the playoffs, and so
Yeah.
who knows, man? Like he might send the Golden Gates on a deep run this playoffs. And
I hope so, man.
take the world, bro. We might,
Yeah, I hope so. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
we could do it, man. It will be
Yeah.
definitely be a treat to watch him play. It's always a treat to watch the stars of the league do it up. You know what I mean? Now,
Hmm.
another play I want to hit on right before we'll go here in a second to playoffs is Fraser Covey. I know we touched on him,
What
but
a crazy season, man.
like if there's a player for me that's like wow, like
Hmm.
just I and not only like it's his impact. I think dare I say it's his aura. The
Yeah.
aura of who he is as a player. Like literally, I don't know if I've seen like a player transform that much in terms of like from
Hmm.
one season to the next like that, where he's now essentially the pivotal piece to every possession on that team.
I think his ball handling has got to be one of the top in the league.
Has to
Um,
be.
like people have got their hands all over him, which like some people like he's not complaining about fouls.
No,
That guy's just ball handling out of the situation. He's got great footwork, and then he's a great playmaker, man.
great.
You've got to respect that he can make the shot,
Hmm.
because he's got
Because he can.
keel type ability to
Mhm.
shoot. But then his vision is unheard of. Like
Mhm.
honestly, probably the best playmaker right now in the league is
He-
Frazier. Like the passes were ridiculous, and him and his brother play very well together. Like he just finds his brother, and he's making his brother look like an all-star just by the passes he's making. So
Yeah. No.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great.
It's impressive, man. I love it
Hmm.
because he's only gonna get better. He's only gonna. I think he'll only keep going from here. So it'll be
Yeah.
great. But let's turn our eyes now to the playoffs that are coming up, bro. Because
Mm.
this is what it's all about. It's the CYBL playoffs on this pod.
Yeah.
This is a playoff exclusive pod, so we gotta hit that. As you know, Destiny Division, we kind of gave you the matchups, but I'll give them to you one more time. Flames, Golden Gates, Eagles, Strikers, Lions, Warriors, and True North Angels.
Mm.
Tell me,
Oh
as you always
man.
do, your predictions, bro. I need to
Well, I've got
hear.
to be the worst at this. You have actually had some good success in your predictions, but I'll give everyone my terrible predictions once again so they can laugh at it.
Who knows, man?
Wow,
Who
I
knows?
don't know what to say. I'm going to go Strikers on this one.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
think the Strikers have had some interesting losses. They
yeah,
had two losses that they crumbled on, like just no reason. They were playing great and they were winning, and then they just lost it. I
whoa,
think sometimes those experiences help you when you get to a playoff situation, right?
hmm
And so the Eagles are a bit more of a fresh team. I think the Strikers have deep playoff experience. They know the ins and outs of it
they do,
all.
they
I
do.
feel
That I
like,
can definitely say it's true.
and I'm not writing the Eagles off. Like any of these matchups that I choose a team, it's strictly like I think they're going to be, within a 2 point game, maybe overtime type game. But
Yeah,
I think Strikers pull that off. And I think we can pull it off against the Flames as well, actually. I really do. I think we're going to utilize the weak defense, and we're gonna really come up strong on our defense, which
hmm
you know we were within the top five, I believe, of defense. So as long as we can kind of push our defense, strong, I think
yeah.
we should be able to make that work. But that's once again 2 point game. That's going to come down maybe even to a
It
clutch
really
Nathan
will
shot.
come
Like
down.
it's going to be something like that, right?
It's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, so want me to go into legacy, or are you
Oh
gonna give
yeah,
your yeah, okay.
you
So
go, you go.
legacy, I actually think the Angels are gonna pull it off this season. I don't know what it is.
Okay, okay.
I think
Like you think all the way, kind of thing.
I'm thinking all the way. I don't know.
Whoa,
You know
whoa.
what? I gotta take that back. I look at once I see the Lions, I go, sorry, man. I don't think I think that's a tough team for anyone to beat. I think Angels beat True North. I think Lions beat the Warriors. Then I think the Lions beat the Angels.
Okay,
And then I actually think we have a good opportunity against the Strikers as well. So I'm going to put us in the Lions in the finals.
okay, okay. Wow.
And then Strikers and Angels for third and fourth.
Ooh, wow. I feel like there's no real matchup that like you get an easy matchup in this season, man. There's no like easy matchup. Like
No, no, there isn't any easy. No, I think
nothing.
that's what I mean. Like, I think any opinion at this point, it's just a guess because honestly, man, there's no way you could say like, "Oh, I knew that was going to happen." It's
hmm
like no, because these games are going to come down to literally the last minute of the game, and then you're going to find out what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically you could just log on in the last minute, watch that, and be like, "Oh, wow, yeah, that's kind of how I thought that was going to go."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, pray the spirit of the Lord rests on your predictions, bro.
yeah,
But like, okay, so for me, I know earlier in the season I had said some pretty wild, some hot takes. I said some
mm,
hot
yeah.
takes out here, and you know what? You know what? I think I'm about to double down on those hot
Ooh,
takes.
wow,
I'm doubling down on the take, bro. This is
wow.
what I think is gonna happen. I'll start just like you did in the Destiny. I think Flames Golden Gates, man, I hope that playoff night shows up. But
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
just
deep
looking
Flames team. I
I'm
know.
looking at the Flames and I'm going that team, not only are they deep, but they're well oiled. Like the
Oh yeah,
chemistry is impeccable.
yeah.
I think the Flames are going to squeeze that game out. I
Mm-hmm.
think they're gonna squeeze it out. I think they're gonna be against in the semifinals. I think the Eagles are gonna go. Man, the Eagles are gonna.
Wow,
I think the Eagles
wow,
are gonna take the Strikers out, man. There's something
wow.
about the Eagles this season. Like I see it, and I feel like at this point I've kind of got a resume. I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. There's something about the Eagles that I just see that I'm just going like, man, there is something. They're focused. They're locked in.
Mm,
Like every player has a every player has a
mm,
place. Not
yeah.
just not every single player. down the list from all the players. Sam Elias this season almost has a bucket in every game.
Yeah, no, I know. He's averaging 1.8 points per game, man. So almost two.
That's what I'm saying. Like every player this season has a role and they trust each other. Watch
Yeah.
them out there. Watch how they pass the ball to each other. Watch how they get everybody involved on their team. Like, and they're
Hmm.
winning. 5-1
Hmm.
record, man. It's showing. It's working. They've got a
Yeah.
coach that is incredible in John,
Yeah.
right? Leading in the charge. I feel like they're gonna take out the strikers. The
Wow.
strikers, I think, are still they're in a place right now. They just got a new star player, a new superstar in a
Yeah.
trade in Jacob Hackett, right? I think that they still need to figure out how it's all fitting together because there've been moments where I've in the regular season I've questioned them in certain moments in certain games where I'm
Hmm.
like, man, like I felt like I felt like you should have pulled that together,
Hmm.
but I'm looking and I'm saying, you know what? I think Eagles Flames, okay,
Hmm.
in that matchup, and again, I actually think that the Eagles are going to have the upper hand on the Flames.
Wow.
I think that
Wow.
yeah,
I'm loving this. I'm
yeah.
loving this. I love that you and I never have the same prediction at all.
No,
Not
no.
even close. Man.
Essentially, fans, you have to pick between us. That's how this
Yes,
works.
exactly. Daniel's got the history of being right. So
Or you gotta live by faith.
exactly, man. Just
That's-
just pure hope, man. Pure hope.
oh my goodness. But yeah, I think I see the Eagles taking out the Flames as well.
Wow.
I see it happening. I see them going to the finals.
Wow.
Where then, I think in the legacy now, for my takes here, I
Mm,
think the Lions take out the Warriors, the wild card spot. I think that you know, especially with the Lions. I mean, the Warriors have played well together but I feel like they still have some figuring things out to do.
yeah.
I don't know
Mm,
how much time they have to do that. They're also down a player in Liam,
yeah.
and so like I think the Lions are gonna take them out. I think then they're gonna go on True North, who's my squad. So it's really hard because this one is probably my most uncertain game. I think out of
Mm,
all of these, I've said a lot of games with certainty,
mm,
but in this game, I'm very uncertain because Keel is clutch,
mm-hmm.
and I'm yet to know who the closer on the Angels is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know who their closer is going to be.
Yeah.
I hope that they find a closer because I think it could be a player like Noah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think so.
They need a closer, someone that can close the door because they've had so many close games they have not been able to close.
Hmm.
So, with all that said, 'cause I know just did a lot of rambling, really, because I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that the Angels are somehow gonna pull this off.
Wow. Wow. This
I
if this happens, you and I have agreed upon the legacy division so far. Lions and
okay,
Angels.
okay, wow, that's a first. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I'm gonna say, and True North, you guys are my fam, so if you guys, hey, you listen to this, if you get, you can, don't take it the wrong way, because you guys can come out here and take it as fuel, and and maybe put it to good
Yeah.
use. But I think that the Angels have like a different, almost like a we believe type spirit right now going
Hmm.
on, and
Yeah.
I think with that, knowing that like, hey, we've never done this before, they've never been out of the first round before.
Hmm.
More than ever, I think they have all the pieces to do it.
Yeah, I do too.
More than ever.
I think Elliot and Guy, just the way they've been
Hmm.
playing this season, like was different than last season. Like
Hmm.
they have become a force to be reckoned with. And then
Hmm.
Simon,
Zyman as well.
he just wasn't there as much this season, but when he is there, he's unstoppable. Like
He
he's
is.
actually crazy good. And I think he's gonna get between Simon and Guy, they're gonna
Hmm.
be shutting down Ethan Ney, so he's not being able to just
Yeah.
do, what he does the
Yeah. Yeah.
best,
Yeah.
and Ethan Ney is the best rebounder
He
and
is the best
he's
rebounder.
got one of the best like tosses, like he throws dimes, man. Dimes. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Well,
that.
here's the thing. If there's a Goliath that will be hard to take down, it's True North.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
that they've got a lot of pieces, a lot of firepower, a lot of chemistry, you
Yeah.
know. A lot of players have been there since I was coaching them. Like they got
Yeah.
the chemistry to do it. They're hungry. They want to go back to the finals and actually redeem themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
So they could do that. It is possible we could see it happen. I wouldn't mind if it does happen. Hey,
Yeah.
it does happen because I think it could very much just happen. Like right now, because I have to pick a team, I'm picking the Angels
Mm-hmm.
because of the matchups. Because I
Yeah.
think the matchups that, if used the right way, the matchups that the Angels have can
Yeah.
be a way that they can cancel them out. And then, yeah, and then I see them, they go up against the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a battle, bro.
Yeah.
That it's gonna
Oh
be a
yeah.
battle. I think that they can also, again, matchups. Again, this is all based on how they're coached, how certain matchups go. But I think from a matchup perspective, I think they can still match up with them. I think that
Mm-hmm.
they have the personnel to match up with the Angel. I mean, to match up with the Lions. And again, after the momentum of getting past True North, I
Mm.
think they'll drive that right into that game, and I think they'll come out on top if they can.
Yeah.
Again, I think they can. I think they can if they can get a closer again. So
Yeah.
these are important things. Then it'll be Angels and the Eagles.
Wow. Wow.
Angels and
That's
Eagles
crazy. Two teams that have not been
have
there.
never been to the finals,
That's
and
crazy.
I'm gonna say this is where I change lanes. I think the Eagles are gonna win it. I think
Wow.
I think
What predictions, man.
if there is a
If you're
season,
right, I just give up. I'm not even going to predict anymore. I like honestly, if you're right, I'm going to stop predicting altogether and just wait for you to talk.
okay. Oh man. Well, if there's a season, I think the Eagles could win the championship. It's now.
Wow.
They look like a championship team to me, man.
Wow. I think the thing that I see potentially not working out for them,
Mm-hmm.
which expressed itself in the last game,
Mm-hmm.
is frustration.
Mm-hmm.
They are gonna, and I think this is where
They-
Coach John comes
Coach
in
John,
key.
that's what I said.
I
That's
know Coach John will come in key for this, but they are gonna have to really calm themselves down because they
mm-hmm.
got heated their last game. And when they finally were able to calm themselves down and play their game,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they dominate teams,
Yeah,
right? They just show who they are.
yeah.
But we all know how playoffs are, and playoffs are hard, man.
It is.
Sometimes
I
it
know.
gets heated and
And
you
the
just
pressure, bro. The
cannot get
pressure.
out of it. I mean, even when we won way back when, like Ryland, man, when he used to play, he was averaging ridiculous points, but he
Mm-hmm.
could not score in the finals. And
Yeah, yeah. I
it
remember
was
that. I remember that.
like it got to him, the pressure, the everything, like our guys just and so it's one of those things that like I that's where I think their weakness is for me, the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, and that's just why I don't see them going all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the strikers are going to bring that out in them.
Hmm. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
The strikers are bringing it out. Okay.
I think
We'll
so.
see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Cause yeah, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. I think with Coach Joe there, I think as long as Joe's there, I think everything's locked in, bro. I don't
Oh
know.
man,
I think as
I
long as
love
Coach
it.
Joe's, I just got it locked in, bro. And I can
I
see,
love it.
then you got the Lions and the strikers for the bronze medal, and I think the Lions take that one. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's 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 what I would say. So there you go. There's my
There's the
predictions, folks.
predictions. Now, are we touching on the All Star game? Who we
Yeah,
think
let's
we're
touch
gonna
on it.
win?
We could talk about it. Let's talk about it, bro.
What
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Legacy versus Destiny?
Ooh,
Who do you think's
legacy, man.
got it?
Man, they're both really deep. I think ultimately, I'm gonna say Destiny still. I still think it's
You
Destiny.
still got
I
Destiny.
still got Destiny. Like, I think both teams are deep. I think it'll be a battle because, hey, who doesn't want to play your CYBL volunteers and staff?
Mm,
So I think it's gonna be a battle, but I think Destiny will come out on top just because, like, they got a lot of pieces that can close games. You know what I mean?
hmm.
Yeah, like they've got the. If you really think about who's two of the three candidates that we've mentioned, where do they all come from?
Hmm.
Destiny
Yeah.
for MVP, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and so like you're talking about like that in and of itself, like they've got the firepower there.
Hmm.
It's going to be very. I think it's gonna be a great game because
Yeah,
Legacy's not they're no scrubs. Like they're gonna come out, guns
I
blazing
know.
too. Fraser Covey, Keel Wilson, like that whole squad is gonna come out.
Yeah, Guy Elliott.
Guy Elliott,
Is
yeah.
Zyman in there? Was Zyman on
Oh my,
the?
yeah.
Did he make it in?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but either way, man, just even what we mentioned
Hmm.
alone, like Frazier, Eddie's in there. Yeah, so Frazier,
Yeah,
Eddie,
yeah.
you've got Ethan Ney, you've got Keel, and you've got Guy and Elliott. I mean, these are I don't know. I'm gonna go the opposite route as you.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
I
legacy
love
on
it.
this
I
one,
love it.
just because there's a lot of duos on the legacy that
Mm.
I don't feel the Destiny have. So like the
Oh, true. That's
duo of
that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
Keel and Ethan Ney are a great duo.
Okay.
Frazier and Eddie are a great duo. Guy and Elliott, great duo, right?
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go with the
I might
like
have to change it, bro. I think I'm just looking at the rosters
man,
fully now. I'm looking at the rosters fully now. Okay, I know I
yeah,
don't normally change stuff, but like, I
I
might have
know.
to go with
Oh,
the
and you've
legacy
got
too.
Riem. Where I'm not even mentioning Riem.
I know.
Like
I
this
think
is
I'm
ridiculous.
looking at. I think it's legacy. Never mind. Forget what I said earlier. Forget what I said
Yeah,
earlier. Retake.
retake. That's funny.
Retake.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's legacy. I just looked at the roster, bro, fully, and I'm just like, oh, that's a dominating roster.
That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous roster, is what it is. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely like it's just and so okay, so we both are calling
Yeah,
legacy.
yeah.
Who do you think wins, coaches or legacy division?
Coaches of legacy, eh? Wow, what you mean, man? They're not ready for us, bro.
Oh, okay, hot take, hot take.
They're not ready for us. They're not ready.
What's what how long is the first half or the our half? Sorry, against them.
They're 12 minutes long. They're 12
12
minutes long.
minutes long.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
in 12 minutes, how badly do you think we beat them?
How bad do we beat them, bro? I'm not gonna. Hey, I gotta put respect on them. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta put some respect on that. It's gonna be a close game. But I'm gonna say it, we win by at least 5 points.
Okay.
It's gonna be close though.
If it's a tie, is there overtime?
I don't know. We're gonna have to assess if we have time for that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
With all the
Okay.
playoff games going on, we might just have to concede the tie and just shake hands.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna join you in that prediction.
Okay.
I think we beat them as well.
Hmm.
But I think it's really close also because I think like we just talked about, like I think if we're facing legacy division with
Yeah.
all that height and that star power and
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
shooting ability, I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna be relying heavily on yourself, Big John,
Tie.
Ty to kind of lead us into the promised land. I think the rest of us will hopefully help lock it down defensively.
Yes.
But I think though there's no one stopping Big John in the paint.
No. Who
I
can?
can't wait for that, man.
I'm
I
excited, bro.
honestly,
The bodying is gonna be real, bro. It's gonna
man,
be.
dude, and he's quite the playmaker. So I
Hmm.
mean, they're going to be seeing stuff they've never even thought of,
No, man. He plays like
So
magic, bro. It's
he
crazy.
does play like magic, man. He just his vision and then just his ability to finish at the
Mhm.
rim and then his rebounding. Like I think I think this is going to be the first time some of these guys are going to actually feel like, man, like this is impossible. That's how people feel against them all the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're going to feel that.
They're gonna feel. I think they're gonna feel it. To get
They're going to
around this,
feel it.
that's the thing. I don't think they're gonna be able to get in the paint.
Mm,
I'm just gonna be completely
yeah,
honest with you. With like the kind of the bodies that we have, we could throw at them in the paint. I just don't see them actually being able to succeed in and around the
yeah.
basket.
Well, and then we also got Damian.
Oh my
Damian was
goodness,
one of the greatest centers
one of
that
the
we
greatest
had in the
centers.
league for a long time, man. He was consistent. I think he holds records for rebounds in a game.
Yeah, he's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he was pretty wild. I mean, it's yeah, I agree. I mean, they're gonna have a tough time.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
interesting, man. I'll be so
yeah.
interesting. I'm excited for it.
So am I. So am I.
Well, guys, so that you got a lot to look forward to coming up. So make sure you tune in. You either come in live. We're gonna be at Berry
Mm.
Free Methodist Church for the Friday on the 12th, and we're gonna be at Innisfil Community. I mean, no, not Innisfil.
Innisdale.
Innisdale. secondary school on the 13th. So if you are, in the area, you're a fan, you got some teams to support, come out and join us. It'll be a fun time. Get some pizza, get some food, watch the game. Be a good time. If you're, you can't come out, that's all right. We got that live stream. You got to join us online. It'll all be live streamed for you, so it's gonna be a great experience, eh, Alan?
Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be one for the record books. That's
One
for
for the
sure.
record books, man. One for the record books, and like always, guys, we have fun here, but we
Hmm.
always like to tell you guys and remind you guys at the end of the podcast, remember that all of this that we do really is
Hmm.
because of it's God first. We put God as
Yes.
the foundation of all of this stuff that we run. Jesus Christ is our foundation, and from there, we're able to mentor. We're able to see, lives get changed, and we're able to play the game we love and create an atmosphere and environment that's healthy and fun for all players of all different skill levels. So
Amen.
this is what we want to do. We want to be able to, and share with you guys this season our theme, which is, this is life, and that we know that our life eternally, abundantly is found in Christ Jesus.
Amen.
So love you guys. Bless you guys. Know this was a longer pod, but we had a lot to cover. So
Yeah.
take care, guys. Enjoy the playoffs, and we'll see you guys soon.
Now it's time for Hot Takes with Ty.
What's going on, CYBL fam? It's Tyrese here, and I'm so excited to be on the podcast today. Thank you so much to Daniel. Thank you so much to Alan for having me on. It truly is a blessing. Today, I just want to cover the playoffs, my playoff bracket, as well as my MVP ballot. But yeah, let's hop right into it. Starting off in the Legacy division, for the first matchup, we have the Lions and the Warriors. I do have the Lions winning this matchup. I think they're the much better team. They've been dominant all season defensively and offensively. And not to mention that 1A, 1B dynamic they have between Frazier and Liam is really amazing to see. I just feel like the Warriors' offense has been a little wishy-washy. They rely a lot on the three-pointer, and if they're hitting those threes, their offense looks good, but if those threes aren't falling, then they just dig themselves in a hole, and it's like that for any team, to be honest. I think if they can drive to the basket more, they have a better chance at beating this Lions team. Moving on to the next matchup, we have True North and the Angels. I do have True North winning. They had a really good season. Sure, they didn't dominate as much as they did last season. However, defensively, they've still been really good. They're the best team defensively in the league by far, and it's not really close. Not to mention, they have a 24-point per game scorer on that team who is the reigning MVP. So that really just sets them up for a strong playoff run. And I just feel like the Angels have a lack of experience as well as a tendency to kind of slip up in the clutch time numerous times, even in the regular season and previous playoffs. They'll have it in the bag and they'll be up, but then they just kind of almost slow the pace down or take their foot off the gas. I think if they can just be, just urgent and kind of just keep that foot on the pedal throughout the whole game, they definitely have a better chance. But I'm still going to have to take True North. Which then means for the division finals, we have the Lions versus True North. I do have True North winning this matchup. I think True North's defense is ultimately what brings them ahead of the Lions. They're defensively just so good. They force so many turnovers, and they're a really good rebounding team, not to mention a great rim protecting team. And Riem is someone who drives to the basket a lot, so I would love to see come playoffs time how that looks and how they end up walling up the paint. Yeah, I still think this is going to be a really close game. I think True North may get away with a 4-point lead and end up winning. However, it could go either way, but I'm going to go True North for this division finals. Moving on to the Destiny division, we do have the Flames versus the Golden Gates for the first matchup. I have the Flames winning. They've been really good this season. I didn't expect them to be as good this season. However, they picked up from where they left off last season, and it really is awesome to see that. Ryder Tatum has had a phenomenal season. He's looked really good, and their supporting cast has just been amazing as well. And they finished 5-1 with the best offense in the league. And I just feel like the Golden Gates, they really struggle offensively. I think they're a little too dependent on Nathan. They have very talented players. However, those players kind of struggle sometimes to create their own shots. I think if they can kind of just be confident and kind of just create that own shot for themselves, it'll definitely help the flow of offense and maximize it, especially in the playoffs. Now you're going to have teams that are going to double team Nathan and pick him up 94 feet without allowing him to bring the ball up, right? So it's really imperative that these players are able to create their own shots. But nonetheless, I still have the Flames winning this matchup. Moving on to the next one, we have the Eagles and the Strikers. Now, I do love the Strikers. I love the defense they've been playing this season, and I love the way they look. They're a really good team in terms of chemistry and communication, not to mention defensively. They're a really good team. Jacob Hackett is a phenomenal player, and seeing him as that first option, it's really, really, really nice to see. Not to mention, he plays both ends of the floor really well. The Eagles, they're a great team. However, I feel like they're a little bit more wishy-washy just given the fact that that chemistry isn't fully there yet, and it could end up being there by the time the playoffs start. However, I'm going to go with the Strikers, which means in the division finals, I have the Flames versus the Strikers. And here, I am going to have to take the Flames. I think they've been so dominant offensively. Their defense isn't the best. However, their offense is just so good, man, that they should be able to get it done. The Strikers' defense was great, but the Flames' offense is just on another level. And Ryder Tatum is an amazing player, and their depth is amazing as well. So I'm going to go with the Flames, which then means that for the finals, I have a rematch from last year. I do have True North and the Flames. However, this time I have True North winning the finals. I think True North's defense is ultimately what propels them to win the finals. And the fact that they lost last season, I think they're going to be hungrier this season, and they're going to be more determined to get it done, especially if they see the team that took it away from them last year. The Flames, their defense is not the best. They have the second worst defense in their division, a bottom 5 defense in the league. And I feel like despite being a really good offensive team, when your defense isn't the best, teams that are all right and average on offense kind of look way better offensively when they play against you. And not to mention, True North has a really, really good defense, the best defense in the league already. So they're all right defensively, and offensively, they can really pick it up. So I am going to go with True North to win the finals. With that being said, I quickly want to go over my MVP ballot. On my slip, I have 3 players. Keel Wilson, I have Frazier Covey, and I have Ryder Tatum. All 3 of these guys had a phenomenal season. However, for my MVP, I do think Ryder Tatum is the MVP. For me, there was 3 things that I was looking for. I was looking for statistical dominance. I was looking for being in the win column, and I was looking for a narrative, and Ryder Tatum ticked them all for me. He averaged 22-9 on great efficiency. His team finished 5-1 and the best in their division. And not to mention, in terms of the narrative, Nathan Lanning left that Flames team, and he was the best player, objectively a top 2 player in the league, and he left that Flames team, and we wondered how would they look this season, and Ryder Tatum picked it up, and he is ultimately averaging better numbers than Nathan Lanning, which I think is crazy, so I do have to take him as my MVP. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to CYBL today. I hope you guys stay warm, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.